Hey, what's going on guys? Oscarmini here, and this is my review for the TECNO Spark 5. Now, this is obviously the predecessor to the TECNO Spark 4 from last year, of which I made a review and over 120,000 of you guys did see that video. Now, is this a worthy upgrade from the Spark 4? Is it even worth your money? Should you get this device? Do you want to find out the answers to all those questions? Without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. A quick overview of the TECNO Spark 5 does show that this device has a lot of similarities with the TECNO Camon 15 and the TECNO Pouvoir 4 here. But come on guys, this smartphone actually does have a space in this market. But first off, let's talk about the unboxing of this device. The Spark 5 comes in this short but wide box, which is something we saw from the TECNO Pouvoir 4 this year. Similar design at the front with text within the smartphone's display, but this time we are getting a cutout notch. Taking off the plastic wrap and opening the box shows the smartphone, which feels pretty comfy to hold, but let's get the device to the side for now. You get the usual 12 plus 1 month warranty sticker, this silicone case for protecting the fingerprinted device from smudges and scratches. A layer down reveals the 3.5mm jack headphones, a micro USB cable for data transfer and charging up the device. Come on guys, you aren't expecting Type-C on the Spark 5 when the Camon 15 itself and the Pouvoir and other devices from TECNO this year didn't have Type-C. You also get a 10-watt charger within the box to charge up the 5000 mAh battery and that tiny SIM ejector tool to the side of the box. Now the reason you can't find any screen protection film within the box is because this smartphone has a pre-installed tiny screen protection here, but I definitely recommend you get something else from the market and take this one off the smartphone. Now when it comes to the design of the TECNO Spark 5, it has this 2020 look, and when I mean 2020, I'm talking about the cutout notch on the smartphone here and the quad camera setup at the rear. That's basically what determines the 2020 flagship device look in 2020. That's crazy. Even though this is a smartphone made out of plastic, it feels sturdy to hold, and it has a non-bulgy camera module, which makes the smartphone not one of those devices that would rock on a table. You can protect the Spark 4 using the silicone case in the box against the smudges and scratch you'd obviously get on this fingerprinty smartphone. I mean, this is a fingerprint magnet, obviously. Now it's time to talk about the ports and button on the TECNO Spark 5. From the bottom, the first thing you get to see is the down-firing speaker to the left. Next is the micro USB 2.0 port. Next to that is the microphone opening and the 3.5mm jack ports for your headphones. The left side has the dual SIM tray with a dedicated micro SD card slot, while the right side features the volume rocker and a power button which comes in this red orangey touch. Flipping the device at the rear, you have this quad camera module, the fingerprint sensor at the rear also, and the TECNO branding, while the front side has the 6.6-inch display and the cutout notch at the top left corner of the screen. So when it comes to the display, you get a 6.6-inch LCD panel with a resolution at 720, which is the usual HD stuff here, and with that cutout notch to give you this immersive experience while consuming media. 84% screen to body ratio is what you get here also, with a 20:9 aspect ratio. And finally, you get a 266 ppi density. Basically, it's about what you get for the price point as far as smartphones are concerned in this space right now, and this pretty much gets the job done. The TECNO Spark 5 runs on iOS 6.1, which is a skin on top of Android 10, with lots of features such as the dark mode feature here and also lots of bloatware, which in TECNO's defense are removable too. In terms of the microphone and speakers here, you have decent microphones for quality calls. Hey guys, this is me testing out the microphone on the TECNO Spark 5 as I would hold the phone while making a call with the loudspeaker mode turned on. Do tell me what you think about the microphone on here. Does it sound clear? Is it crisp? Let me know in the comment section below. And the speakers are not that loud, not the loudest you can get there with the teeny tiny bass you get from the smartphone, but they are actually loud enough for you to use for your media consumption and loudspeaker calls.
Life that I've been living, I'ma go on a mission.
One thing here is you can easily block off the speakers with one hand here, depends on how you're using it. So it's just a mono down-firing speaker you get from the TECNO Spark 5. So speaking about the performance on the TECNO Spark 5, you're getting the Helio A22 chipset here, which is a quad-core processor clocked at 2.0 GHz here. 2 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. Obviously, you can expand the internal storage using the micro SD card slot on the smartphone. But when it comes to performance or multitasking on the smartphone, it isn't the best smartphone for multitasking, and I wouldn't recommend playing heavy titles or heavy games on the smartphone. It's just basically an entry-level device that performs basic day-to-day activities you would want on a smartphone. I played a couple games which included PUBG just to check it out, and PUBG maxed out at balanced graphics and medium frame rate, and it was pretty much playable here, not forgetting the fact that you still get the stutters and lags on the Spark 5 while playing heavy titles. But when it comes to playing 2D games such as Temple Run and all those little games there, this churns through those kind of activities. Now, this device here, the TECNO Spark 5, has a 5000 mAh battery, which conveniently takes you through a day's use and even to the next day, and that's based on my personal tests, which is usually heavy. I lost interest in monitoring the charge rates when I realized I hadn't yet got a 100% charge after 2 hours of charge. That 10-watt charger included in the box should juice up your device to the brim in close to 3 hours. So when it comes to the camera system here, it isn't the best thing on the smartphone or the best smartphone camera you can get for this price, but it gets the job done once you have decent lighting or well-lit environments. The rear side here features, from top to bottom, the 2 megapixel depth sensor, a 13 megapixel main lens, a 2 megapixel macro lens, and a QVGA sensor for low light, while the front-facing camera features an 8 megapixel sensor. I'll basically throw out the photos from the rear camera so you guys be the judge here. Now, when it comes to the front-facing camera, it basically needs light to work properly, and here are some photos from the front-facing camera. Videos, on the other hand, are capped at 1080p with no stabilization whatsoever. Color reproduction isn't the best in this instance, but as always, it does thrive through. And this is the front-facing camera video and audio test for the TECNO Spark 5. I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of red in this video. I don't know if that will also transcend to the video when I view it on the computer instead of the screen here, but do let me know what you think about the video reproduction and the audio quality from the smartphone using the front-facing camera, which is an 8 megapixel sensor. Bye for now. So what are my thoughts here about the TECNO Spark 5? Now, I know a lot of people are confused as to which device to pick between the Spark 5, the Pulver 4, and the Camon 15. But one thing you should know is the fact that the TECNO Spark 5 actually does fill its space in the market right now. If you're in search of an entry-level smartphone device that basically gives you a taste of what you might get while you go premium, I'm not trying to say this is a premium device, but it gives you a taste of what it means or feels like to have a design that looks premium and at an entry-level price. Something you might want to get someone who's just getting into the smartphone space, or maybe your grandpa or an elderly person. By all means, go get the TECNO Spark 5, which actually retails for 50,000 naira or about $130. I actually did get this unit for 57,000 naira from a retailer who was the only person who had this device here in Abuja just to make this video. But you should be able to get this device for 50,000 naira. So if you did like this video, do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and also leave your comments in the comment section below, as I'd love to hear from you guys. Other than that, it's goodbye, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Cuídate.